happy Beltane and happy May 1st. Can you believe that we are almost at the halfway mark of 2026, this crazy year, and how fast it's gone by? So today happens to be May 1st. It's Beltane. It's a full moon in Scorpio, and it's a potent combination of fertility and passion and release and rebirth. And Beltane is the midpoint in spring and the intro into summer. And it's fire, it's life force, it's vitality, it's sensuality and desire, it's creativity and abundance, it's union of masculine and feminine energies, it's blossoming, a blossoming life force, it's celebration, it's joy, it's manifestation. And, what wants to come alive through us, right? Because the full moon is about illumination and completion, and a full moon symbolizes, emotional clarity and heightened intuition and release of what no longer serves, powerful energetic amplification, and of course it also reveals what's been hidden. And then we have it in Scorpio, which is transformation, truth, shadow, sacred power. Think of Scorpio. Scorpio energy is intense and it's penetrating, and it's death and rebirth cycles, it's intimacy and soul bonds, it's secrets surfacing, it's shadow healing, sexuality as sacred energy, emotional alchemy, power dynamics, and trust. And Scorpio will ask us, what truth are you ready to face and transform? So, looking at the combination of Beltane, the full moon in Scorpio, I think it, is sacred passion plus emotional depth. The fire, the sensual fire meets Scorpio's emotional intensity, and desire becomes deeper than just surface attraction, right? And it can become transformational. It's about fertility and rebirth, not only in physical fertility, although it could be. So be careful if you're not planning on getting pregnant. Be careful. It's about new identities and creative projects. I always love birthing creative projects. It's a really good time for that. It's about healing relationships, spiritual awakening, reclaiming our inner power. And it's going through shadow work. And Beltane is joyful and expressive, and Scorpio asks for honesty. So together they suggest healing can happen not only through pain, but also through pleasure, authenticity, and embodiment. So it's time for a release of old attachments. Scorpio full moon can highlight jealousy, fear of vulnerability, emotional control patterns, toxic bonds. Look at your relationships. Suppressed desires. A look at your desires. This could be a really good time to release what isn't serving you anymore. This is a great time to choose healthier intimacy, and it invites us to look at what am I passionate about, right? You can ask yourself these questions. Where am I holding fear around intimacy or trust? What version of me is ending so another version can begin? How can I honor pleasure without losing power? What hidden truth is ready to surface? And it's a great time for rituals. It's a big holiday, pagan holiday. So you can do a fire ritual and a releasing ceremony. You can do a moon bathing and a meditation. Cord cutting. This is a great time to do cord cutting with unhealthy ties. Sensual embodiment practices like dance and movement and healthy sex. Consensual, of course. intention setting. It's good for love, creativity, and confidence. And, it's a good time, maybe journal what you desire. Think about your desires and go deep and journal. So for me, Beltane on a full moon in Scorpio symbolizes a passionate transformation. It's awakening the life force energy while shedding old emotional skin so something more authentic can be born. It's a seasonal festival, and it's falling this year, just so happened to fall on the Scorpio full moon. So I feel like the connection is symbolic, and I think it's something to think about. Okay, so the question is, what shall the question be? I wrote a note here, so I think the first question I asked. Let's ask this. This is the good question. I took some notes so I could remember what I was saying today. All right, so let's ask, what wants to come alive through you at this time? What wants to come alive through you at this time? On this May 1st, Scorpio full moon, Beltane. What wants to come alive in you at this time? What wants to come alive in you at this time? What wants to come alive in you at this time? Ooh, I can feel the energy. I can feel the fire. What wants to come alive in you? What wants to come alive in you? So if you're here this long, I appreciate it. This message is for you. If you stop by, or you wouldn't be here, right? Spirit guides us to where we need to be. When we need to know something, hear something, see something, right? For our own higher learning. So what wants to come alive through you? All right, I think this is the last shuffle. It's a very magical time. I'm gonna cut the cards and let's see what they say. Three of Cups, that's about celebration. King of Wands, oh yeah, mastering your passions. And Page of Wands, starting new things. Okay. They're all very good cards. So the Three of Cups, if you could see, you see the Three of Cups, the celebration, right? This is all about get-togethers, celebrations, collaborations, and creativity. This is what wants to come alive right now. This is what your soul is calling you in your heart. You want to gather with like-minded, whether that's in business, in friendships, family dynamics, romantic relationships. It's about wanting to feel the joy in being with those who you love. And it's also about creativity. Threes are about creation and growth. And it's a great time for planting seeds to see what something new can grow right now. You see the flowers all growing out around them. I always think of the fish as abundance. You see the abundance flying over their head, right? So think about that. Now, kings are the leader, they're the authority, right? So it's about, you want to be able to master, it's about outer mastery, right? Your passions. You're ready to own who you are and what your spirit has been calling you to do, right? Like, that's what wants to come through to you. You want to be the master of your own passions, whatever that is, whatever your spirit is calling you to do. Wands are energy, wands are spirit, wands are passion. So you want to have authority over that. You're tired of being told what to do by other people. You don't want to follow anybody else's, direction. You want to march to your own drum, you want to be the one who's calling the shots in your life. And it's about it gets you excited, right? Wands gets us excited. Wands is is energy, you know. Wands is fire. That's where we're in. We're in the fire. Beltane's about fire. It's all about sparking, right? This fire and this passion and energy right now. And you want to be the master and the authority of that in your own life, which is a good thing, which I think we all should be, right? And then of course we have pages. The page is about you're like ready to learn something. This represents beginnings and curiosity and learning and exploring. And it's also wands, it's also passion, it's also fire energy. It's also about you're eager to explore. You have inspiration, you know, that you want to bring forward. You're feeling inspired. This is about you feeling inspired. And that is what wants to come alive in you right now. That is what wants to be born. And this is a perfect time to do that. So is there something that you've been wanting to do? Something that you've been wanting to create? Is there some class you want to take? You want to learn something new? Like I am right now in the energy of I'm learning, you know, more and more about astrology. I caught that astrology bug, and I'm putting a lot of my time in studying and learning astrology because I'm excited about it, right? I'm excited. And so what is exciting you that you want to start? What direction? You see, she's looking out in a new direction. I feel like this is something new, not something that you've been doing, or maybe it's something you've been doing, but you're gonna pivot and do it in a new way that's gonna really excite you. That's what wants to come alive through you right now. And the energy of today and around this time is so perfect for this. This is a great 3-card spread about wanting joy and collaboration and creativity, about being the authority of your own energy, your own life, your own spirit, and about exploring a new direction and starting something to get really, really excited about. You know, and full moons are also about releasing. So you don't want to take that energy in with you. So maybe do a ritual this weekend. You know, you feel the full moon's energy for more than just the actual full moon, which is on May 1st today. You'll feel it for, you know, the next 24, I think 48 hours from what I understand. And so, you know, do a releasing exercise, you know, something you don't want to bring in with you. You don't want to bring this in and this new energy that you want to come alive through you. You don't want to bring in the old stuff that's no longer serving you. Do a, you know, letting go ritual, right? What you don't want to take with you into this new energy. It could be feelings, it could be anger, it could be resentments, it could be relationships, it could be, you know, old dramas, it could be old traumas, whatever it is, write it down, do a burning ritual. It's a perfect time to do that. All right, I hope that was helpful. I want to see if there's anything on the bottom of the deck that gives me, oh yeah, there is something. Interesting. Another wand, wow. Yeah, all right, 6 of Wands. Look at this 6 of Wands. Sixes are, I mean, look at her jumping and flying through the air, right? This is about, oh my God, you are so excited to go in this direction. That is what is underneath this whole reading, right? Like you're like ready to fly with these passionate ideas that you have, with this new inspiration that you feel. You know, it's about success. This is about moving through success. And you can just feel it. Look at the wind flying through her hair. I mean, she is purely determined. She is inspired, and she's like, let's go. I'm ready to take off. Okay, yeah, good stuff. There's a lot of passionate energy, which makes so much sense right now. The only water cup that Scorpio being a water sign is cups. So the water part of the reading for the Scorpio is how you feel about your groups, your friendships, your relationships, your creative projects. How do you feel about that? That's asking for you to go in and ask yourself, how am I feeling about this relationship, these friendships, what I'm doing, you know, what I'm creating, what I'm inspired to do. Do you feel inspired, right? But all the rest of it is telling me, yeah, you absolutely are right there, because this is what wants to come alive through you. This is amazing, amazing cards. So if you stayed this long, I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. Are you feeling this energy? Does it feel that way to you? Because that's how it feels to me. And I felt like I really wanted to do a reading about today's energy and how we're going to be feeling it. You know, probably felt it yesterday, feeling it today, throughout the weekend. How are you feeling right now? Because there's a lot of fire, you know. My only advice was, you know, when there is a lot of fire, there is sometimes quick to anger. So if something pisses you off, maybe take a breath and not, you know, respond right away, because it's easy to, you know, lose our tempers, especially with that Scorpio stinger and all this fire energy right now. We may say something that we don't mean and regret it. So just be careful of that. That would be my only thing that I would say. But other than that, I think this is a fantastic spread. I'm excited about what's coming, and I hope you are too. And like I said, I would love your thoughts. Let me know. And if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, and share, and comment. Let me know your thoughts and how you're feeling. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.